marijuana in California. Proposition 64 and House Bill 420 allows you to do that as long as you're following the required restrictions on that. So if you sell marijuana without a license, there is a law against that as well. If you don't have a license, then selling pot or transporting it in order to sell it is still a crime under California Health and Safety Code 11360. Under Proposition 64, it has become a law intended to prohibit a black market in marijuana. That's the underground. It's attempted to eliminate that from the norm which used to be to something that is now against the law. But sale or transport for sale of marijuana without a license, to do so is a felony for the following defendants. Now, I mentioned that there is misdemeanors and infractions, but if you happen to violate that and you are one of these people, then you have a serious problem going on. If you have prior conviction for a list of particularly serious violent felonies, if you have 2 or more prior convictions of the sale or transportation of marijuana, if defendants who not only sold, attempted to sell, or offered to sell, or furnish marijuana to someone under 18. Never do that. That's serious. Defendants who imported or attempted to or offered to import into California or transported, attempted, or offered to transport out of California for sale more than 28.5 grams or more than 4 grams of concentrated cannabis. It means if you bring it in from out of state, or you're traveling and you take it out of state, you are now in a felony situation. So keep that in mind when you're moving from this state to another or going back and forth. I have a relative who ran into serious problems in Texas. Same way, traveling in states where you can legally smoke and possess marijuana. And then forgetting that he had a pen on him, went back to Texas, and now he's in serious trouble. So be aware, people, where you're working with this, because it isn't legal everywhere. Let's see. Selling marijuana to a minor, I know no one does that, so we won't even go with that. Concentrated cannabis really is hash. It's hash or hash oils, things like that. All those still apply. Driving with marijuana, vehicle code 3222B states that you should not be this California code prohibits driving in possession of up to 28.5 grams of marijuana. It is a sister provision to the law against driving with an open container of alcohol in your vehicle. So just like it's against the law to drive with an open container of alcohol, it's also a violation to drive with marijuana in your vehicle that's over 28.5 grams. Keep it in your trunk. Medical marijuana. Now, for those people who have a medical marijuana card, that means the state has allowed you to grow, possess, and use marijuana. Other things apply. What I've read so far is all the people who do not have a medical marijuana card. But when you have a medical marijuana card, there are provisions that don't exactly get you into serious trouble. For example, you can have a medical marijuana card if you have from a doctor who recommends it for you. If you have AIDS, if you have anorexia, if you suffer from arthritis, cancer, if you suffer from migraines, multiple sclerosis, have seizures, or any other debilitating condition, including chronic pains or serious nausea, you can get a medical marijuana card from a doctor who prescribes it for you. Now, there are other, when I said any other debilitating condition, the doctor will decide what that is. The definition of a primary caregiver. Some patients, or some people who use marijuana are older people, and they have a caregiver who takes care of them. A caregiver is someone who is designated to take care of somebody who does it on a regular basis. That caregiver can grow and possess marijuana for their patient. So if you are the primary caregiver and you are designated for that purpose and are consistently responsible for the patient's housing and health and safety, then these laws apply to you as well. You don't have to have the medical marijuana but those laws and accessibility apply to you as well. This is a really hard subject to comprehend, but federally, marijuana became a serious problem for those people who are attempting to get where we are right now. That means is to get it legalized and get it to be at a point where we are now can receive medical marijuana, where we can get licenses for growth, where we can open up dispensaries. That still is within the conscript of the California state laws. But federally, the state does not care what state is granting these laws, because federally it's still illegal. What the federal government has now said was that if the state has set in place marijuana laws that restrict certain people, but are using that provision to control what the people do, then the federal government is not going to go after those people, only if they violate the crime or see that the state is not following with what they should do about marijuana. So the federal government is kind of keeping hands off. But there are some good things that are coming about, and that is that there is a House bill that was recently introduced to remove marijuana from the list of controlled substances. The House is the House of Representatives here in the country. That bill has been introduced by several people. I don't need to mention names, they might not ring a bell to you. But it was proposed to remove that from the list of controlled substances. This list has been this bill has been bouncing around in 2019, but it's been around for a while. Different representatives, in a press conference, it was announced that the various presidential candidates who are now running in the Democratic Party, for example, Cory Booker, and give me a name, then do you remember? Klobuchar, here. There are probably 3 or 4, maybe 5 people who are presently running in a Democratic, for the Democratic Party for president, for Senate or House, are also proposing that marijuana laws be restricted. They want to remove this federal cloak that has everybody fearful of what could happen and allow this to become legal. It's also been presented to the World Health Organization. Now, this is a huge thing. Never before has the World Health Organization approached marijuana with the sense that throughout the world we need to remove these restrictive conditions, allow people to grow and use it, because they recognize that there are many health benefits. And there's no reason to put people in incarceration, to restrict their ruin their lives because they're imbibing and using marijuana. So this new House bill, hopefully you'll see it passed soon. Currently, 10 states and the District of Columbia have legalized marijuana for recreational use, while more than 30 states have made marijuana legal for medical use. Nonetheless, hundreds of thousands of people are arrested for marijuana possession every year. Nearly 659,700 arrests in 2017 alone. And what's sad is that 3 times that black people are more than 3 times likely to be arrested for marijuana possession. So most of the people who are in jail or who are serving times are people of color. So what we'll do here is we're going to take a little moment to have a little break. We got about 5 minutes left on our film, and we'll be back with some more